lower body. Let's go for some squats, some lunges, some deadlifts, all of that to work the lower body. 10 minutes to do it all in, okay? We start off with a squat and a lunge step forward. Get your placement just right. Big steps, squat position, and everything staying low. So you're loading up the legs, okay? Just making sure that when you come forward into that lunge position, you've got a good 90 degrees in both knees. This front knee not coming too far forward. Just going to finish it up by doing about 12 repetitions. Now all of this workout is without any added additional weights, okay? If you've got them, of course you could use those, okay? You could have some dumbbells by your side, but it's not essential, okay? So there, about 12 repetitions, 1, 2 in total, okay? Squats and lunges. From there, we'll try a little deadlift sequence. So we've got, you're coming, with your feet underneath you, you're coming forward, okay? So just there, okay? If that feels like, okay, that's a bit easy, yeah? Maybe that is just fine. Keeping your back in position, no problem, okay? Add in doing it on a single leg. This is a different story. Shoulders are back. We're going to have a slight softening on the standing leg and extend. So you've got that hinge movement. Okay. Core is working. The upper back is working, so your shoulders don't round. And again, you've got about 10 of these. I'm going to go for 10 on this time. This one. So making sure the weight is going through my heel. Try not to wobble too much. Keeping that core working. So once you've done your 10 there, just going to lean forward a little bit. Going to try little pulses. My arms have just changed position. Going to have a little bit of that pulsing movement, feeling those glutes working. Okay, your range of movement could be a little bit more. You could just be tapping to the floor if that works. Also, feel free to hold on to something if necessary, okay? About 12 of those. Bring the knee in, push back out. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to keep really still. 6. That strong push out. About 12 of those. Then from there, take a big step back. You're into a reverse lunge. Lift that knee. So that standing leg, if that feels like, oh my gosh, why does that hurt so much? That's normal. Don't worry about it. Got to keep it going. If it gets too much, you could always tap in, right? There is the last one. It's only one side. So we switch over. I'm going to go straight into a single leg deadlift. If you wanted to, you could reposition feet underneath and just work through some of those nice moves. So set it all up. Big breath in, and then from here. Now, just a little note on where my hands are. I've got my palms downwards, thumbs outwards. So making sure that is working. The upper back and your shoulders are in a good position by having your hands in the right place. Feel that back of the leg? Yeah. Hopefully, that's what we're aiming for. That's exactly it. On the back of the leg, glutes and hamstrings, okay? Just a nice one, it works everything there. Then from here, we've got the pulses. Just gonna lean forward a little bit. Your option, you could go with toes, tapping down, hold on to something if you need to, or just slightly lifted and really focus on the glutes working. About 12 of those would be great. Once you've got that one done, stepping back and lift the knee. So we go 1, 2, big step back. Remember, that placement of the knees has to be just right. Once you've done about 10 of those, we stop there, okay? Right, so we're moving on. Got some hip bridges. Gonna come down. You've got that kind of position here. Heels are in quite close. This is the one where my knees go a bit musical. So if you hear them clicking around, apologies in advance. From here, take a big breath in. You're gonna roll up through your spine. Try and hit that position so the back of the body, especially hamstrings and glutes, are working, and slowly down. Try to make that movement go all the way through your spine. Try 5 more, okay? Don't rush. If it feels a little bit too much by doing the whole range of that movement, trying some pelvis tucks and tips would be a good way of starting it off. I think we must be nearly there. Again, if you wanted to, increasing it by having single leg, so you could try 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. Okay, you could alternate them, but either way, just another way of increasing that, okay? And then we're up, we're back up. We're gonna have, coming in for a wall sit. So, find a decent wall to come back onto. Your feet are a little bit far away from you, making sure your hips are almost in line, okay? Find your position, just sit there. Making sure the knees are in line, they don't need to do anything. Just working thighs, you feel it working already. Gonna breathe through it. Cup of tea, anyone? Sitting down, nice and low. Who would have thought just sitting there would have got on such a sweat? We're almost there though. I'm gonna aim for about 30 seconds, okay? So 3, 2, 1. Come up. Don't worry if you can't do enough, as much as that, or if you're doing more than that, the option, anything, you know, you should be getting to that point where you're going, can't hold it for much longer. That's when you know it's right, okay? Now I'm kind of moving over to the chair where you've got like a sit down squat, okay? Just going to be slightly lost in the camera there, so don't worry. You've got that position where you're aiming to sit back into a squat. So your feet could be a little bit further away from the chair, chest up, aiming for your bottom to kind of touch down. Now, if you wanted to, you could try that on a single leg, which we'll give a go. So you've got one foot there, okay? Important that you can see my body. Making sure the knee stays in line. Don't put your weight completely down. I'm gonna go straight back up, okay? It's helpful to have a chair there, you don't need to, so if you feel like you can go straight into it, that's okay. It's reassuring though, isn't it, to have that there. So you could try 5 on one side and then 5 on the other, okay? I'm gonna do a little combination. Squats. I'm gonna come into the middle as well. So I've done 5 of those. I've done 6 now. And I'm gonna try doing about 3. Keep it nice and still on one side, and then 3 on my weaker side. Okay, if you do have a weaker side and you know it, good way of sorting that out is to try and do a few more repetitions on that side. Okay, you could try that. So I'm going to come back and do a little wall sit to finish it off. We'll do a double one on this. Okay, we're ready. And breathe. So with all of those, you've worked quads, the hamstrings on the back of the legs, and the glutes. Okay, big major muscles. Bit on the calves as well, and just a few moves, so it's really effective. We're nearly there, we've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pull back up And with those legs, you want to have a little stretch out afterwards, making sure the muscles are ready to go next time.